Everyone to stand for the pledge, please.
Oh,
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'll take the meeting to order. Do we have an employee introduction?
Oh, I'm sorry. We do now.
Okay, I was like, I don't see anything that we don't know already here.
I'm back.
Unless thought maybe Rob came to work for it. All right. Consent agenda. Anyone on the council have any questions on the consent agenda? If not, is there a motion?
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented and authorize the mayor to sign.
I'll second that motion.
McMahon.
Aye.
Hayes. Aye. Brown. Aye. Shields.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you. Comments from the public? Is there anyone here that would like to address the council about items not on the agenda?
Hello, my name is
If you could come up to the podium, please, and say your name and address for us.
Tammy Medlin, and I'm a resident of Paola, Kansas. And I'm here, and I've been here before, years ago, to talk about the feral and stray cat population in the city. And I've just met up with Eunice, and she does the cat rescue with Ally Cat Allies, and she's got a little bit more that she can tell you about
Okay.
it. So I just wanted to bring it up and see if we could do something about it.
What is your address? What's your address?
Did you say your address?
I live in the country. You want my
Yes, please, just for the minutes.
37704 West 295th?
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I'll let you just
Okay.
talk to you.
Hi, Council. My name is Eunice Millette. I run 4Kids for Critters. We are a licensed 501c rescue in Osawatomie, Kansas. So I know at one point I had sent some information to the secretary or something at the request regarding trap neuter return in Paola. I was not ready at the time to help implement that or offer my assistance. We were focusing on Osawatomie more so because we are in Osawatomie. But we have that one established and going now. We got started in August. So I just wanted to offer my services to see if we can maybe help get some trap neuter return in Paola going. To try to help the stray and feral cat population that's just booming everywhere right now. So the purpose of TNR is we go in, we usually have to have the homeowners that contact us and ask us for help. And with Osawatomie, and I have a thing with me, with Osawatomie, we have them sign an agreement with me and the city that, you know, basically states all this legal stuff about they won't hold us accountable if something happens, and that we understand that they can be wild animals of sorts. And then we help them trap the animals, and then we transport them to veterinary appointments where they are scanned for microchip to make sure they're not owned. They are sedated, they are given their spay neuter surgeries, are given a general health check. They are also giving vaccinations, specifically rabies vaccinations. And then they are usually returned within a day or two of their surgery back to where they were trapped, and they are re-released there. There's huge benefits to the program as opposed to just trying to trap the animals and remove them or trap the animals and kill them. For one, the animals that you see, there's always at least 10 more that you can't see that are hiding, that are coming in when you're not watching and utilizing those resources, be it food, shelter, whatever. So there's way more out there than what you probably see. Personally, I estimate there's 10,000 in Osawatomie alone. And when you consider the fact that one male and one female cat can produce over 700,000 in 7 years, I'm sorry, it's 420,000 in 7 years. That is a lot of cats to have potentially on the streets within the next 7 years. That being said, the statistic also states that less than 6%, less than 1 in 6 of the cats, kittens born will survive infancy, let alone to a year old. And cats that are outside all the time, generally, if they are not altered, if they're just running at large and nobody's intervened, their lifespan is only 3 to 5 years. Whereas if they are trapped and vaccinated and spayed and neutered, their lifespan can be 5 to 7 years. So keeping an animal there where it's at versus just removing it, it's gonna keep all the other animals that are outside your city limits, just waiting to come in and utilize the resources. Because if you remove a mass amount of your animals, they call it the vacuum effect. Those ones outside city limits are gonna move in and take their place. So then you're just repeating the process over and over. Whereas when you spay and neuter, they will help keep out the ones outside a city. And then they will slowly die off one at a time versus a huge amount all at once and having to start over. Then the goal is eventually, as you get the majority of them under control, you start noticing that one's ear tipped, that one's fixed. We don't have to worry about catching that one. This one's not ear tipped. That's a new one I haven't seen before. Let's get that trapped and fixed before we start having a problem. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to throw, I know I've only got 3 minutes, but I have some information for everybody. If you guys would like to take a look at it, it's got my business card on there as well. But Tammy she reached out to me last week. So if I seem a little unprepared, it's because I kind of am, because I was like, well, if you're gonna go, I'll go with you. So, but yeah, that is kind of, I've been wanting to get with the city for a while and see what we can do. I will say, Osawatomie, their city ordinances are a little, I'm not sure what your ordinances are, but in city of Osawatomie ordinances are, we have to have permission to trap within city limits. So that is another reason why I don't want to just start a program on my own here, is I want to make sure I stay within the legal realm of what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to do. They also consider trapping an animal, taking ownership of that animal and then releasing it after getting it fixed, and they consider the animal abandonment, which is not what what my goal is at all. So we had to work with, they gave me a permit, a city permit and an agreement that I signed with the city to allow that. That way you're not having rogue citizens just, oh, well, they said we can do it. Now we're just gonna trap them and do whatever. There's still some legal with that. So, if you guys have any questions, I definitely will follow up through email probably. So,
We'll take whatever information you have and then city staff will follow up as needed.
yeah, absolutely. Should I leave it with these ladies here?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. Great.
Thank you.
That was unprepared. You did fantastic. Right.
Is there anybody else that wants to speak? Okay.
Yeah, I only have one copy, but you guys can copy. Go ahead. Thank you. Guys.
All right, moving on to new business, the 2025 group healthcare insurance. And I believe we have some good news with this.
We do. So we received our renewal for group health insurance from Mike Keller with Gallagher. The numbers that were presented reflect an overall decrease of 2.3% for the 2025 plan year. So thank you to our employees for choosing healthy lifestyles. Blue Cross is our medical provider. It'll have a 2.8 decrease in the renewal. Delta Dental is our dental provider, and it will have a slight increase. Our vision insurance is with Surancy. It'll have a 6.5% increase. Those biweekly fees will still be affordable for our employees though. Life insurance has a slight increase as along with voluntary and AD&D, and those rates are going to be guaranteed through the end of next year.
Anybody have any questions for Jessica?
We'll see those decreases.
Yeah, and I think plan, so our employees will be familiar with that.
So their premiums will go down.
Their health insurance premiums will go down, so it'll be nice to share with them.
Yeah.
All right, if there are no other questions, is there a motion?
I move to approve the renewal of Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Delta Dental and Surancy. Is that how you say that?
Sure.
And MetLife as presented.
I second.
McMahon,
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Shield.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Thank you.
Good job.
Yes.
Exciting.
Next, we have the preliminary site plan for advanced ecosystem consultants.
So Tim Snyder owns and operates Aquatic Ecosystem Consultants, or AEC, which is a full-service pond management company currently located in Bonner Springs. He has decided to move his business to Paola and submitted a preliminary site plan application for a 7,200 square foot facility located at 1008 Industrial Park Drive. At the October 15th Planning Commission meeting, commissioners voted unanimously to recommend approval of the preliminary site plan for AEC. The site plan was completed by Alan Brand Drews, and it was reviewed by staff as well as Wilson and Company with minimal comments. For minimum site area, 10,000 square feet is required for something like this. They have almost 7 acres. All the setbacks have been met, including, you guys saw on the drawing, there's some proposed future expansion that meets all the setbacks as well. For parking, required is 4, divided is 4. Parking setbacks for street are 15 and 5 for other, and all parking setbacks have been met. Landscaping, lighting, and signage will be submitted and reviewed at staff level during the permitting process. And staff has found the application is consistent with section 21-625 of the LDO and will not be detrimental to the health, safety, or general welfare of the community. Staff's recommendation is the approval of the preliminary site plan for AEC with condition that all review comments are satisfied.
Did it have something new
Yes.
going on? And I think it'll fit nicely in that area. I didn't ever really pay attention to a room that was down there until we started talking about it last week. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a nice utilization of that.
Anybody have any questions for Mitch?
If there are no questions, I'll make a motion here.
I have a quick question. Do you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do they know or any idea how, like, there's gonna be big trucks coming in and out of there a lot, and will they go? Like,
Most of them will be smaller passenger trucks.
Okay.
With trailers. They have boats that they use on the ponds.
okay,
Trailers with some equipment.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Hi.
So
Rob's here, he can talk about it too. He's the
what
contractor.
Mr. said is correct, because a lot of stuff they do are on ponds, they also do fountains, things like that.
Okay,
Occasionally, like once or twice a year, they'll have a semi that brings
Oh.
them something,
okay.
but that's it.
I'm just picturing, in that area near school and all that, there's just like all this traffic with these giant trucks. Okay.
And normally, I don't know, do you know what time they normally start in the morning? I believe all the workers will show up in the morning in their personal vehicles, hop in a company truck, hook up to a trailer or something
Not
Okay.
quite.
and head out. No,
Typically, they're in a company truck and the boat, I mean, that's what each of the bays are for, is they back their truck and boat in.
Uh-huh.
A lot of them take them home for the next day, they go somewhere else.
Okay.
Tim lives Crescent. Crescent Hill, north of 68, so he's close to town. He's moving his business from Bonner Springs. So, and a lot of the guys, I think one lives in Ottawa, one lives in Lewisburg. I think one's Olathe, so they're all kind of down in this area anyway. So a lot of them will just take them home.
Yeah.
It's mostly in the winter time. That's when the boats are parked inside and the guys have the company trucks.
Thanks.
That was most of my question. Any possibilities of, no, I'm guessing that most of their equipment is making noise on site, not back at the facility.
Correct, yeah.
So that there's not,
The only noise would be, maintenance of vehicles or something like that. And it's right next to the business park, which kind of has an industrial type of setting too, so.
I'm kind of curious to, I don't mean to take anybody's time, but in the county, we're always thinking of like stormwater runoff and what is that, like is enough of that hardscape going to create with its proximity to that creek that's on the south side of it? Is that part of the LDL?
Part of the requirements were that they complete a drainage study, and it actually just got submitted today to me. So I'm gonna forward that to Wilson and Company to review as well. So, yep, all of that's completed. And part of, I don't know that it's on the first one because they've updated the site plan since then, but they show in their site plan with the swales, where all the drainage is gonna be funneled to. And it's required in the LDO that they don't adversely affect any neighboring properties.
Thanks.
Looks good.
Anything else? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve, the preliminary site plan for Aquatic Engineering Consultants located at 1008 Industrial Drive with the condition that all review comments are satisfied.
Second,
McMahon.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Shield.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you,
questions.
Rob.
Thanks, Robert. HEAL grant support.
So Britt Dowd owns and operates Green Again lawn care company that is currently located on the square at 10 South Silver Street. Mr. Dowd would like to remodel the second floor of the building into office space for his company and has expressed interest in applying for the Historic Economic Asset Lifeline or HEAL grant to help him do so. HEAL provides matching grant funds to assist communities in revitalizing underutilized, vacant, or dilapidated downtown buildings through a competitive grant. The grants are intended to bring back buildings into productive use as spaces for new or expanding businesses, childcare, housing, arts and culture, civic engagement, or entrepreneurship. Private building owners interested in the HEAL grant must have an eligible local partnering support organization apply for the grant on their behalf. As a support organization, we would distribute the payments to the building owner, track biannual financial reports, and ensure the building owner is on track with program deadlines. Up to 5% of the grant award may be retained by the city for administration. Staff is proposing to retain 5% for the project duration and return 2.5% upon successful completion of the project. And this is the only person that we've had formally request for our support.
And you feel good about it because of the history with the property already.
Yeah, he's put, I think it was to the tune of $60-something thousand into the bottom floor where his offices currently are of his own money already. So I think this is gonna be a good use for the money, that we may not get otherwise.
Yeah.
We definitely need revitalization on the square.
Yes, I agree.
Hey, Mitch, could you, one more time, what does HEAL stand for?
Historic Economic Asset Lifeline.
You're just listening.
Okay,
was that a trick?
yeah, I'll be on the wrong side.
Oh,
Thank you, Mitch.
Is there any experience with that grant in the past?
We haven't applied for it in the past. This is kind of news for the first time.
The city applies for it or he applies for it?
We apply for it on his behalf.
Okay.
I'm guessing that way people don't misuse funds.
Okay.
We're the trustworthy source.
Yeah.
So he checks in with us throughout it. All their designs have to meet the Main Street design standards. Quite a bit they have to follow throughout the process of it. So yeah, we would take all of his information and apply on his behalf. And then distribute as needed.
I know we can only do one of these a year, right?
One of these a
For a
year,
cycle.
and I believe what I read was some of the requirements, like if you had applied for it within the last 2 cycles, I think, you didn't have as good a chance at getting it. So I would say maybe every 3 years, we would be eligible for it.
Well, like with a lot of other things, I'm hoping it brings some attention to the opportunity for downtown.
Yeah, and it's gonna allow him to hire, I believe he said 1 or 2 more new employees locally. Hopefully that'll bring more people in in itself.
Hate to bring it up, but we
when you mentioned development on the second floor down on the square, I think of, we've been down this road so many times with people that have wanted to, and they've run into fire suppression and the cost of that. Is there already fire suppression upstairs in this building?
I don't know that it is. That's
I asked that.
kind of on down the road with.
Oh,
with the
well.
permitting
No, okay,
process.
you're trying to put the cart for the horse, because he has to have the funds to be able to get the building plans to get the review.
But there's no reason to start if you can't afford the fire suppression.
But
I've been-
it's gonna be a different use, there's not gonna be residential upstairs, it's gonna be offices, so that also is in his
So
favor.
they won't be sleeping and they can get out quicker.
There you are.
Seriously, I mean, we've been down this
I know
road.
that.
That was one of the reasons, big reasons that it didn't work when people were wanting to put VRBOs up there.
Mhm.
I know when it's all one single use and there's not residential, it's usually
A lot more
Yeah.
relaxed.
easier. Mhm.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lee. Anybody have any other questions? If not, is there a motion?
I move to approve staff assistance for the city of Paola to apply for the HEAL grant on behalf of Britt Dowd and authorize the necessary signatures.
I'll second that.
McMahon,
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Shields.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you. All right, Lake Mile Dam texting and then inspection services.
Yeah, so Call Valley, they of course have been working with us on the Lake Mile Dam rehabilitation project. They did provide a proposal July 29th to complete the construction materials testing and inspection services. We just happened to miss approving the proposal. So we did discuss this. They are proposing up to $75,000, so not to exceed that for their services to just do testing of the fill materials and anything else that needs to be brought in or taken out. Let's see, the project has already started, but we just need approval of
It's
this.
just formalizing what we already decided.
It just wasn't in the paperwork when we all discussed it last time.
Yeah.
July.
All right. Any questions on that? If not, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the proposal from Call Valley Engineering to complete construction materials testing and inspection services in the amount not to exceed $75,000 and authorize the necessary signatures, Ms. Mayor.
Thank you.
Second.
McMahon.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Brown. Shields.
Aye.
All right, motion passed. Staff reports. Lee, do you have anything while you're here? Anything?
I've been thinking of something to say in the executive session, so I'll save it for that.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Can't wait.
Chief, anything? Nothing? Mitch?
We're up to 370 building permits for the year. They're still just slowly rolling in. We've started our contractor licensing renewal, so those have been flooding in.
Mhm.
Next planning commission and city council more than likely will have the final site plan for AEC.
For who?
For AEC, the pond.
Oh,
We've received drawings for the Walmart expansion, so that's starting over. They started it a while back and kind of died out, and so now it's starting again. As well as sign permits for the VA clinic. The VA clinic's starting to get closer to wrapping up. I believe we're gonna do a temporary occupancy inspection towards the end of the year, try to get them a temporary occupancy, and then they'll just have little things to finish up. And that's all I got.
Jessica?
Not a whole lot. You guys approved our renewals, so I will be busy for the next couple weeks. And yes, we have lunch and learn tomorrow for our employees, so.
We do.
Nope.
Stephanie?
I'm sure you're aware there was an election on. Ward 2 and 4 were on the ballot, both unopposed, so they will both be keeping their seat on council. Good. We will do the oath, at the next meeting. Yep, all we got.
All right. Barry, you have anything?
Not today.
Ben?
No.
Josh?
Nope.
Leanne? No.
Anything going on with the pool? I mean, another time to ask that, how that's looking. I mean.
I would love to give a synopsis and a Friday update, if you don't mind.
I can.
It'll be easier just to do that than just to.
I would love to, I can't wait.
That would do that.
I have a few things, and don't forget, we have an executive session after this, so not everybody run out. First, we have, reappointment of Valerie Whistler to the Paola Recreation Commission Board. He's already on there and doing a good job and wants to stay. So we would like to reappoint him if that's okay with you all. And I'll need a motion for that.
I move to reappoint Valerie Whistler to the Paola Recreation Commission Board.
Second.
McMahon.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Brown. Shields.
Aye.
Thank you. Also reminder, December work study will be at 5. So. We're gonna be at 5 o'clock in December, well, from now on, as long as it works for everybody.
Okay,
Try to get everybody home earlier.
all right. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, and then Christmas tree lighting is coming up the 29th at 6 p.m. Unless something happens with the schedule, I have our Olympian. Like a trap shooter, I think is what his sport was.
Derek.
He's Derek Mine,
Mine.
he's doing the lights for me. He's doing the lights for me this year, as long as something else doesn't come up with the schedule, so. Yeah, I thought after he's gonna do the Olympic twice and he's fun failing, I was going to turn the lights off.
Yeah.
And then just wanna thank Randy for getting us in a good place before she left. And city staff for holding down the fort while she was gone. I didn't see any explosions or anything, so
They did great.
Stephanie, extra great job to you.
I told them at our last staff meeting that it's important, it makes me feel good that the city can run without me, and then I did my job well, so they made me feel really good about coming back.
Only for a bit,
Yeah.
Don't get any idea.
Let's clear that up, yeah.
I did threaten to go back on leave today, so.
Only for a little while. And then, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, in a couple weeks. Hope you guys have a good holiday with your families. Okay, now we have executive session. And I think we're only gonna need, well, depending on what you're doing about over there.
Add 10 minutes.
10 minutes. That's what I was gonna say. When you bring Lee in, it kind of. Okay, so we'll say 10 minutes, but the motion will state, we'll be back in here to start the meeting at 6:38.
Do you want me to stay or go first?
I think you can go.
Okay.
Are you guys good with her coming in since we're not doing contract negotiations? Okay,
No, that's fine.
okay, so the motion can state 6:38
Mhm.
at the end.
So it's my understanding we're doing, because I see two things here. I see we're gonna do Ms. Shannon's evaluation, and I see Mr. Tadwell over here wants to talk to us, or at least can join.
I think it's all
together.
related
So,
to,
join.
yeah.
All right.
So, and speaking of him, make sure you add the city attorney to the meeting shall include, because we didn't have him on there,
Okay.
please. So we'll do 6:39. We should just make it 6:40. Let's just do 6:40. That'll be easy to remember. Okay, so the motion will be we'll come back in here at 6:40.
Are we leaving or are they leaving?
We're leaving.
We're leaving.
Huh?
Who's we're?
All of them,
Those that are in the executive session.
you're going.
Okay, so somebody on the council wants to make a
I
motion?
think there's more of us than there are of them.
Well, yeah.
I move city council recess into executive session to discuss the evaluation for the city manager pursuant to the non-elected personnel matter exception KSA 75-4319. Subtitle B, subtitle 1. The meeting shall include the mayor and council, city manager, and attorney Tadweiler. The regular meeting shall reconvene in the municipal courtroom at 6:40.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
McMahon.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Brown. Shields.
Aye.
All right,
You got locked out, so.
Yeah, we're locked out.
All right, can I have a motion to reconvene the recess meeting, please?
I'll make that motion. I'll make a motion to reconvene the recess meeting at 6:40.
There's a second.
Oh, I second.
McMahon,
Waiting for.
She's psyched enough to do this,
Yeah.
to do this motion, which I kind of put some pressure on her on that, because I'm not gonna do it. I'll get it.
Okay.
McMahon,
Aye.
Hayes,
Aye.
Brown. Aye. Shields.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. And based on the discussion in the executive session, is there a motion for the COLA and merit?
I will mess this up, but Guy, I move to approve 2% COLA for city staff,
City manager.
city manager and the 3% merit.
Mhm.
I second.
Okay. McMahon.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Shields.
Aye.
All right, motion passed. Thank you again, Randy. Thank you. You're doing amazing.
Thanks, Randy.
All right, if nothing else, can I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll do this. I'll adjourn the meeting.
Second.
We say it.
Everyone would lose all of our.
McMahon.
Aye.
Hayes. Brown.
Aye.
Shields.
Aye.
All right, motion passed, meeting adjourned.